Welcome to Angular 8 tutorial. Today we are at session 8 of this series and we are discussing here interpolation in Angular. So like here interpolation is nothing but which speaks about data binding. You know, like in every application it has its own importance of data binding because data is something we are getting from backend and that needs to be bind to user UI model basically so that user can interact with the application and input also, and you have to take those inputs to the backend. So this is something data binding is called, like the data has binded to the UI part and data it is getting from user interface by user to the backend. Okay, so data binding are majorly classified into two categories. One is called your one-way data binding, and second is called your two-way data binding. Okay, so what is one-way data binding? It speaks about like the data which is traveling at one direction. Okay, so like uh, okay, like the point it describes. Okay, we are having, in Angular one component, one view. Okay, when the data transfers between component to view, that is called your data transfer. When the data transfers from, only component to view, that means you have your properties objects that needs to be bind to only UI. Okay, that is one way direction from controller to view, as in MVC we had, right? So, yeah, it is called one-way data binding, and also vice versa. That means you, from your UI, it is getting transferred to your backend in the sense your component TS. Okay, that is called your one-way data binding. And what two-way data binding that we are going to discuss in our next video series. Okay, so two-way data binding is something like it is transfer the data simultaneously. Like whenever there is a change from UI, it is getting affected to the backend, and when is there is a backend change, it is getting affected to your UI immediately. So to have data binding to view, we are enclosing the component objects or properties in pair of curly braces as shown below. Okay, so how we can use interpolation basically speaks about, here you can see like my data is nothing but it's an object and we have a value called application. Okay, and here I am binding to my data. So let's see these things practically. So here, like we, this is the example we are taking care of. So as of now, what I am supposed to do, I should simply just delete all the concatenated text. Okay, and here I'm having my data, and my data is being, but as you see, like this is a component. We will have an object called my data. Okay, so here I'm displaying Angular rather than application. Okay, so consider this one rather than the PPT value. Okay, so like here my data, when I will just build and run the application, it should be rendering properly. So yes, we have compiled. Let's go to the Chrome and let's see the result how it is appears. So here I need to type localhost 4000, that is the default port now of an Angular application. Okay, so here we are good to go. Like here we are rendering Angular. Okay. So the next one it speaks about like the main use of interpolation is to dynamically bind the data in a string expression. So in our upcoming video tutorials we are going to discuss the several bindings we have provided with Angular. Okay, but the main one of the important feature why to go for interpolation rather than other binding we do have. The main thing is like you can use of string concatenation using interpolation, which is not fully supported by other data bindings we have. Okay, so how it works basically. So here you can see like I have two kind of string expression here, like the entire interpolation. So this is the syntax, like for interpolation we would be enclosing all the objects within a pair of double curly braces. Okay, so like within double curly braces, we are just doing like this. Welcome to Angular, and we are concatenating my data over here. And this is the second form. So let's see both the things on action. So here, what I'm supposed to do. Okay, the first form. Let me show you. Welcome. welcome to, let's suppose, application, right? Now let's move to the browser and see how it works. So here you can see like there is a string expression, and within string expression we are just concatenating this my data using the interpolation. Okay, yeah, here you can see, right? Just refresh it once. Welcome to Angular application, it is showing. Okay, so let's see now how the second form works basically. Okay, what I am supposed to do here, uh, this is the second form. Begin the interpolation like this. Okay, what I'm supposed to do here, welcome to plus, just concatenate using a plus symbol, then it's all good, and it will wind up here. Okay, just save it. Now let's see how it works. Yes, it's still works in the same way. Okay, so we just saw like how we can make use of a string expression in both the ways. For better understanding, I will keep both the things for you. Okay, fine. So it works as usual. So one we have just saw like how it works in both the way. Okay, the next thing is like also interpolation helps to evaluate an expression, and that can be evaluated with ternary operator. Okay, what it speaks about, like here you can see we are having one object in our backend. A backend in the sense, we just consider when I was saying backend is in the sense like we are talking about the code behind file is called our component. Okay, for the respective view we have. So here you can see like it is working with ternary operator like this. Also, it can be work as a integer expression over here. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm supposed to do here, let me show you something. Uh, yeah, like H S3 maybe. So within H3, I just want to have a expression. Okay, so uh, yeah, just 100 plus 200. Okay, I just want to manipulate this one, and you can see there is a load be rendering. So yeah, it's good. Like it is showing 300 over here, right? Now next one, we are going to talk about like how it can be workable basically with your what are we supposed to call like using ternary operator. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do here, just let me do something. Okay, as of now, just delete it, just save it, and here I want to have something for you. Okay, just copy the entire text, paste over here. Okay, so how it is working basically, let me show you. So just if my data, then okay, so ternary operator is something like to evaluate like null or empty string kind of expression as we used to have in .NET. Okay, so let's suppose if my data has some value, then it is going to render this person. Okay, else we need to render like just put a colon symbol. This is ternary operator how it works. Okay, no data found. Okay, so as of now, I just make it blank. My data doesn't contain any value as here you can see. So in this case, we should be expecting no data found rather than welcome to my data. Sorry, welcome to Angular application what we had earlier. Okay, even it won't render also. Okay, let's see. So Here you can see, right? So no data found. Even you can see that the earlier expression welcome to, and within there is a space simple because we have excluded my data. So it is not going to render the particular person also. Okay. Now let's see the reverse part. So here what I'm supposed to do, just just paste Angular within it and just go to the Chrome and let's see. So here now it is appearing the first part like before colon part like that the condition met. So that's why it is giving us this result basically. Okay. So one more okay, so we just saw it is used to work with expression as well. The one more feature of interpolation, we can make use of the set attributes. So here you can see like I have an input field over here, and yeah, having a my data object to n. Like here I'm setting the angular value to text property using interpolation. Like we can make use of interpolation for this purposes as well. So let's see. Okay, so for interest of time, what I've done basically, uh, you know I have just written the code before. There is a div, and I'm just mentioning one input type equal text. That means it is going to render a text box for you, and value here within value, I am just using the interpolation syntax. So it is going to be the initial value as Angular. Okay, so let's move into the Chrome. Okay, so here you can see, right, there is a text box and we are just getting the value as Angular. So this is the main purposes of interpolation too. Okay, so Dana, also can be used with method, of course. This is the one we are going to discuss right now. There is a method in our component, and the component this method is returning a text basically, and even one method can be called within interpolation to render that data which is coming from the method. So like earlier we saw, here you can see my data. Okay, so okay, there is a typo over here. Instead of my data, I supposed to just call this method. I will show you right now, and will rectify in my blog basically. Sorry for the inconvenience happen. Okay, so let me show you how it works. So here, what I'm supposed to do. Okay, this is fine. Um, just for interest of time, I have done something. Uh, I I already have typed that actual context. Okay, see here what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm taking just a h1 tag, and here this is the simple one. We are having this expression only. So welcome to my data application by. I have appended one text by, and here I've been calling. So this is the part we are going discussing right now. Like within interpolation, I'm just calling one method that I'm just going to declare right away. Okay, just go to your app component.tas and have this method. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so this method is going to, of course, return the string expression for me. Okay, so return scam.net. So this is the channel name it is going to return. Now, just go to the browser and let's see. Yes, so here you can see welcome to Angular application by scam.net, where the scam.net is coming from the method itself. So here the method, and it is coming from this part. Okay, so now is just how it worked basically. Okay, so these are the several techniques how we can make use of interpolation and why interpolation has its own importance. So thank you viewers, thanks for watching this video, and here you can visit to my blog basically. To get all the text version of all of my tutorials, and I will be uploading in future tutorials too here, and you can visit to this particular URL for the text version of this series. Okay, so I kindly do subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button below, or else you can also click on the watermark which is going on with you. Okay, and just click on the bell icon to get notified whenever there is a posting from my end. So thank you, viewers. Till then, keep smiling, keep learning, and keep sharing your knowledge with others. Thank you.